Hey everyone, Monique Baisden here, coming to you once again for another inspirational moment. So listen, I have a confession to make. I am very impatient when it comes to other people's driving because I tend to be somewhat a fast driver. When I'm in the car, listen, I'm on a mission to get to where I'm going. I'm on a mission to get to from point A to point B. I'm in a mission to get somewhere early because I believe in getting there early. And so, when I'm in the car, I'm moving with intention. I'm moving with purpose. And I feel like everybody else around me should move with intention and with purpose as well. But one of the areas where I get the most irritated when I am driving is when I am at a stoplight. So let me set up the moment for you so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm at a stoplight and I'm behind the car or a couple of cars, and the light is red, but we are preparing for that light to go from red to green. So when I am at a stoplight, and especially if I'm trying to get somewhere and God forbid I'm running late, I have my foot on the on the brake. I have my hands on the steering wheel, but at any given second, my foot is ready to go from that brake to the gas, and I'm ready to go. My posture is, positioned for that, for that green light. My hands, my feet, just my body language, my attention span, my focus is on looking at that light and just ready for that light to go from red to green so I can go, because I'm already prepared for when the light is going to change and, change from red to green. But what I find oftentimes is that drivers in front of me are not prepared. They also want to go on the green light, but they're not prepared for the red light to change to green. They're sitting around fumbling in their cars. They're, talking on the phone. They're eating or drinking in the car. They're doing the makeup. They're, singing in the car, dancing in the car, what have you. And so when the light turns green, because they are not positioned and ready to go, because they are distracted, because their eyes are all over the place, they're not focused, they're not attentive. When the light turns green, oftentimes this is what happens. The light turns green and we're still sitting there. But I have my foot now on the gas and I'm ready to go because the light has turned green. But now I got to go back to the brake because this person in front of me, they're not ready to go. They're distracted. They're not attentive, and they are just not ready to go. And so oftentimes this is what happens. Not me, but somebody else behind me may honk the horn to say, hey, the light changed. It's green. Green means go. Now, I am the one sometimes in the car. Green means go because green does mean go, right? But I want to tell you, some of you are already getting where I'm going with this, but just for the others who may not have, you may not see the revelation just yet, I want to ask you this. Are you prepared for where you are asking God to take you? So you're praying about, God, I want to be a millionaire. God, I want to be a billionaire. God, I want to have a successful business. God, I want to have a successful marriage. God, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to play football professionally. I want to go back to college. I want to do this. Are you prepared for where you are praying for God to take you? Are you prepared for it? So if you're saying that you are preparing for marriage or you want to be married, are you doing the things that you should be doing in your singleness? Are you spending time with God? Or do you know your identity as a person first? Because any single person needs to be whole before they get married. You don't need to be a half seeking another half. You need to be a whole person seeking another whole person. Are you healed from your previous relationships? Or are you still reaching back out to your exes and you still trying to talk to them and still trying to see what's going on with them, even though God told you, no, that door is closed? Or if you say that, you want to go back to school. Have you started researching the degree programs? Have you filled out your FAFSA? Do you know if you're going to pay for school out your pocket, or does your employer pay for school for you? Or are you going to use financial aid? If you say that, God, I want to be a multimillionaire. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. Do you have multimillionaire, billionaire habits right now? Do you get up early? Do you turn off the TV? Do you listen to podcasts and read books? Do you talk to other people who are on the levels where you're trying to go? Do you go and network? Do you, first of all, do you stay in your own lane and do what God has called you to do, knowing that when you do so, there is provision for you? Because when you're in purpose, there is going to be provision. Or are you too busy, distracted, looking at everybody else's Instagram accounts or their Facebook accounts, and you're seeing what they're doing, and you're like, okay, they posted this time, and then this is the type of post that they do, so I'm going to post like this, and I'm going to do like that. Are you prepared for where you are praying for God to take you? That's just what I want to drop in your spirits today. I just want you to take a look, take a good look at your life, and just see, where could you be doing more? Where do you feel like you are lagging behind? Where could you be putting forth more effort? Because faith without works is dead. We can have the faith all day, but we have to have some action to go with that faith, and tell God, like, listen, I want to go back to school. I've already done my FAFSA. I've already done my research. I want to be married, so I'm working on, I'm working on cooking more. I'm working on losing weight. I'm working on my finances. I'm trying to get out of debt so that when the man of God or the woman of God comes along, I won't have all of these liabilities. I'll be an asset. What are you doing now to prepare you for your future? What the things that we do now prepare us for our tomorrows. So there's work for us. There's always work for us to be doing in the present. So I would just, encourage you to seek God, because I always will encourage, I will always point you back to God, because a lot of times we don't seek God first. And I have been guilty of that in the past, but now I'm in a season, I seek God first. God, what is it that I'm missing? What could I be doing to prepare myself while I am still single and wanting to get married? What is it that, where could I work on? What could I do more of? What do I need to work on? I often, pray to God, and I'm doing self-checks. I'm looking, is my heart in the right posture to receive the man that God has for me? Am I doing, what I'm supposed to be doing in terms of my purpose? And am I doing what God wants me to be doing in terms of my assignments, for him in this single season, things like that. So that's what I just want to share with you today, briefly. I pray that this message gave you some revelation, gave you some insight, inspired you, encouraged you, or motivate you, just to be mindful of, if we're saying green means go and we're ready to go, be sure that you are really ready to go for the green light that you are expecting in your future. Once again, I am Coach Mo, and I thank you for watching. And if you want to find out more information about me, you can visit my website, www.moniquecbaisden.com.